What's up, brother? I'm about to give you 3 mistakes that you might want to avoid if you are serious about losing weight. Now, look, I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree in sports psychology. I don't even have a six pack. But these are mistakes that some of them I have made, and I believe that your life will become so much better if you avoid them. Because as they say, a smart person learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. The first mistake is emotional dieting. This is where you do a cut and you really cut because someone called you fat. And this is very dangerous because it can cause you to overcut and just end up relapsing. Let me give you a personal example of what's happened to me. So some time ago, I go to work and I see these two cute girls talking to each other. Now I was wearing this gray semi-tight shirts and I had almost a backpack around my body that was hugging my belly, making it look like I have a way bigger belly than I actually did. And one of them looks at me and she's like, "Oh, you have a big belly." And I remember hearing that, but because I know how I look, I have a lot of self-awareness and I'm into self-improvement, I was able to just hear words and just shake them off. But a version of me from 1 year ago, from 2 years ago, maybe even you right now, might hear those words coming from a really cute girl, and they would cause you to be stressed and anxious and start to do a cut, an aggressive cut, because you are trying to get rid of that fat so that she does not give you those mean comments anymore. But when you do that, you just end up overcutting and eventually you relapse and you go back to zero. Look, bro, you are fat. Sometimes you're going to eat food or drink some water that's going to make it look like you have a way bigger belly than you actually do. And some people will see that, they'll make a comment on that. And you really need to learn to just hear those negative comments and just shake them off, because they do not matter. Someone just calls, some random person calls you fat, how does that affect you? Learn to just shake it off. The next mistake is program hopping. This is where you change a program because you saw a video from Jeff Nippard or something, or you read that newsletter that says, "Oh, this program is better," and then you start following that. But this is very dangerous, because now you cannot track progress. If you start a new program today and then you want tomorrow, it's very difficult to track how much your strength has improved and how much your health is overall. The thing is, there will always be someone saying this program is better. If you search online, you will find those people. But the reason why many different programs exist is because many different programs work. Just find the one that works for you and just stick to it. Now, sometimes you will need to make some changes to your program. That's fine and that's normal. Do it when it's necessary. But for most of the times, the most important thing to do is to just stick to the program. Now, I am guilty of this. I've made this mistake a lot. I really have made this mistake. I used to put so much effort into training and very little minimum efforts into trying to eat better and to fixing my diet. This is a really big mistake, bro, because nutrition is 70 to 80 to even 90% of losing weight. Because imagine this, you cannot train at all, but just eat the right amount of food and you would still lose weight. But if you train really hard, but you just overeat junk food, you just eat whatever and you overeat, you are not going to lose weight. Nutrition is really important. Put a lot of time into your nutrition and tracking your food and eating the right amount of food. Now, truth be told, you are still going to make mistakes. It's normal, it's inevitable, it's life. But I think it's really wise to avoid the mistakes that have already been made. And on this channel, I'm going to give you many more of those mistakes to avoid, because I made a lot of them. So subscribe to see those future videos and have a nice day. See you at the top.